Wowzers, this light is bright. Hello girls and squirrels, happy Wednesday and welcome back to my channel.
Hi, I'm Christina Sherilyn and I'm a vintage reseller, which means I rummage through people's unwanted items and find the most amazing vintage pieces to give them a second chance. I love styling up vintage clothing in a modern way, investigating the history of each piece, and most of all, I love the treasure hunt. So follow along on my journey and let's see what we can find.
So today is just gonna be like a sit down chit chat kind of video. I feel like I haven't just sat down and talked to you guys in such a long time. My life has been so chaotic for the past 6 months. So I haven't really had a chance to just sit and just talk. Let's just talk. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about a little life update. Let's talk about what's going on in my reselling business, what's not going on in my reselling business. And let's just have a good old sit down chat. I'm actually gonna grab a beverage. Alrighty, I got my wine. So let's just have a little chit chat. I used to do like wine nights on my Instagram where I would just sit and talk to you guys on live on Instagram. And I may start doing that again because that was really fun. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been feeling this kind of like disconnect from the community lately. I don't know why. I feel like it's just because my life has been so chaotic and I haven't really had a chance to really focus on connections like I used to, because all of my energy is being spent on trying to build my business, trying to get it in a place where I want it to be. So, in that means that I'm working my booty off. So let me clear up a few things real quick because I keep getting a lot of questions still in my comments about where I am. Did I move? Did Joe and I break up? And the answer to all of those questions is yes. Joe and I did break up. It's okay if you still ask me in the comments. I'm not offended by it. It doesn't bother me at all. I just wanted to make a statement. I did when it first happened, but I feel like there was still some people trickling in who just don't know. And they're watching my older videos and seeing him in those videos. And then now he's not in them and I'm in a different place. So people are confused and I get that. So yes, we did break up and yes, I did move. So I was living in Florida. I lived in Florida for 6 years, 6 long years. So I decided to move back home to Georgia. I'm originally from a small town outside of Chattanooga, Tennessee. So I grew up in Northwest Georgia, but I am currently in the Augusta area. I moved in with my sister and her husband and my niece. I knew that I needed to be around family. I also knew that I needed some time to just kind of figure out what I was gonna do. I knew I didn't want to be in Florida anymore. I had already been struggling with being in Florida for several years before I moved. So I just knew it wasn't a place that I wanted to be. I also could not afford to live in Florida alone. Florida is a very expensive place to live, especially South Florida. And I did have family down in Florida, but they also moved. So it just felt like the right time to just leave Florida and close that chapter. Florida was a great part of my life and it really shaped me into the person I am now. I wouldn't be nearly as strong as I am without Florida. So it did serve its purpose, but it was definitely time to go. So fast forward, I am now, like I said, in the Augusta, Georgia area. And like I said, this is temporary. I don't know that I will stay here forever. I do like Augusta. I think it's beautiful. It definitely feels more like home than Florida did, but I'm not sure that I want to be here forever. This is the first time since I was 20 years old where I can go wherever I want. I don't have to think about somebody else and what they want or take their thoughts and feelings into consideration. It's all about me, which is freeing, but also terrifying because it's where do I go? What do I want? What am I doing? It really makes you question everything pretty much and just kind of put your priorities in perspective. I got here in March. I moved the first week of March. So right before the shutdown, the whole coronavirus thing happened is when I moved. So that was a good time. And I kept seeing all these memes about people who just broke up with their significant others right before the shutdown. And all the memes are so accurate, and I don't know why they had to call me out like that. It has been a good experience. It's been a learning experience. Like I said, I'm getting to know myself a little more, who I am and what I want without the influence of somebody else. So that's been exciting. It's also been challenging and definitely difficult. My mental health has been a little bit all over the place. Definitely had some really low lows where I was very sad and didn't want to get up out of the bed or do anything. And then some very high highs where, you know, I'm discovering myself. I'm becoming who I want to be. So that's really exciting and very fun. And I've had a lot of fun being more creative and, you know, just discovering or rediscovering rather that side of myself. So that has been amazing. But I do want to talk about briefly what I'm doing in my reselling business, what all of this means for my reselling business. So when I first got here, the original plan was to possibly try and buy an RV and renovate it, and that way I could travel from state to state, maybe even go up into Canada and do thrifting in different states and do my thrifting road trip series, but just make it a bigger part of my channel. So here's the thing with that. I am the type of person who obsesses over something. Like, I was watching so many videos on YouTube, I was reading blogs, looking on Pinterest, this, that, and the other, anything I could to research what living in an RV and even redoing an RV would look like, and all the things that go along with that. So after doing that, I don't know if I think I kind of scared myself a little bit. Like, can I do this? Like, is this okay? And also you have the fear in the back of your mind, like, I'm a single female and being out on the road alone kind of scares me a little bit. I do definitely want to buy an RV still and still do that, but maybe it'll be a little further down the line than I anticipated. I'm still looking into whether I should buy a vintage RV and redo it, which is what I wanted to do because I like the aesthetic of vintage RVs. I just like the way that they look as opposed to a new RV, and obviously it's less expensive. But then the thing is, when you go to renovate, you can run into a lot of problems where there's water damage, and it ends up costing you just as much as a new RV. So I don't know if I want to just buy a new RV and then kind of make it look retro, or do the other. I'm leaning more towards just getting a new one and making it look retro as opposed to actually buying a vintage RV. So that's where I'm at on the whole RV situation. Wanted to give you guys a little update because I know I had mentioned it in a previous video and you guys are probably wondering, like, what's happening? Are you doing that still? And I am thinking about it. It's not off the table. It's just not in the forefront of my mind at the moment. So diving more into the reseller side of things, I have started cross-posting a lot more onto different platforms. This pandemic has really hit me hard financially, and I know it has definitely hit all of you guys hard financially as well. Being a reseller in this type of situation, this pandemic crisis, is not necessarily the best business to be in because what we're selling is not necessities. It's not things that people need. It's a luxury item. At the end of the day, it's a want. I think it is starting to pick back up. There for a couple months I was getting a little concerned, but it has definitely made me take a step back and reevaluate reselling and the different types of reselling. I know a lot of people do Amazon FBA and they sell things that are more necessities in that capacity, or they sell things like that on eBay, like hard goods that are not home decor, like new in box printer ink, or where people go to Walmart and go through the clearance section and get a bunch of like new in the box stuff and then resell it on eBay or Amazon. So I have been looking into something like that just to make a little extra money. I do want to continue selling vintage items, clothing, home decor, all that. I'm not straying away from that, but I have been picking up some brand name stuff to just kind of throw in the mix, kind of drive more traffic. Also, I've found that brand name stuff does better than vintage on platforms like Mercari, and obviously there's a huge market for it on Poshmark as well. So I have been throwing some name brand items into the mix. I'm just trying to stay away from lower end brands like mall brands. I don't want to pick up mall brands because it's not really, if I'm going to sell name brand, it's going to be something that's going to get me a good amount of money, unless it's just amazingly cute and I can't leave it behind. I've been picking up higher end brands and new with tag stuff so that I can sell that on Mercari, sell it on eBay. I'm very picky about what I put on eBay and very picky about what I put on Mercari. So yeah, I've been picking up a lot of new with tag items that are name brand and just kind of diversifying a little bit. Really getting just back to basics. When I first started reselling, I obviously only sold name brands because that's what everybody else does. And it wasn't until later that I really found my way with vintage. And I still love vintage, and I really would love to keep most of my items vintage and then just sprinkle in some brand names here and there. So if you've seen in my closet where I've had a few brand names, that's why. Just trying to up the ante a little bit, get some money flowing, because like I said, these past few months have been tough. So now that we've talked about reselling, let's talk about YouTube. I started YouTube in the beginning just to like show my journey. I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, and I thought, what better time than now? I have all this content that I can create reseller wise, and let's just see where it goes. I really didn't expect it to turn into anything. When I got my first 100 subscribers, I was so blown away, and now here we are almost at 15,000 subscribers, which is insane to me. That number doesn't even seem real. When people recognize me out in public, it still throws me off because I'm like people watch me. Obviously you guys watch me, I see the views, I see that, but it's a number on a screen until it's like in your face, and then you're like, oh, like people watch me, people know me, people are interested in what I have to say, which is great, and I love it. I love this so much. I love YouTube, but I do want to be honest and transparent with you guys. I don't want to say it's not fun anymore, because it is fun, and I have definitely found more of a fire within myself with the videos that I have been putting out as of late. But I have noticed that as of lately, the every Wednesday, Friday situation has really been like weighing on me. It's like this big weight on my shoulders, this big pressure to crank out 2 videos a week. Sometimes I have a hard time coming up with ideas. Sometimes I'll just do a thrift haul, and it's like, it's good and fun, and that's exciting, and I like doing that. I like doing styling videos. The trend report was awesome. That's one of my favorite videos to make. I love making my educational videos. Obviously they take a lot of research and time. There's a lot of behind the scenes work for those videos, but I do enjoy them and I love doing them, and I definitely want to continue doing those. But I have found myself making filler videos where I was just really uninspired for the day. I didn't really have an idea for that video, and I just kind of threw something together last minute and put it up for the sake of having a video up every Wednesday and Friday. So that pressure has really started getting to me. That's kind of where my head is with YouTube. When I first started YouTube, it made sense to me to create a schedule, and 2 videos a week seemed easy. But as my reseller business is growing and I'm trying to grow it even more, it is becoming a lot because it is just me. I don't have employees, I don't have an assistant, it is all me. So I have noticed that I've been wearing myself very thin lately. And I don't want to do that, because that's when my YouTube channel suffers, my reselling business suffers, my social media suffers, I suffer. So I just don't want to keep wearing myself so thin. So here's the thing for YouTube going forward. I am not quitting YouTube. I love YouTube so much. I think YouTube has really helped me to thrive and come out of my shell and really just become this person that I've always wanted to be, but was always a little scared to be. I just feel like this is my safe place. This is where I can come and just be myself with you guys, and you guys are always so amazing in the comments. I love whenever I post a video, you guys are like, oh, I'm the first comment, and that's so cute to me. I love that so much. That really makes my day, and it's just so good to know that there are so many of you out there who look forward forward to my videos every week, and that is such a rewarding feeling. So with that being said, I am not going anywhere. I will be continuing YouTube, but I think I'm gonna do away with the Wednesday, Friday schedule. Instead, I'm not gonna have a YouTube schedule. I'm just going to do like a lot of other YouTubers do and just upload when I upload. When I feel the inspiration, I am gonna try and stick to one video a week because I feel like that is doable. That's not an astronomical amount of work. One video a week is possible. So I will stick to one video a week, but I'm gonna take the pressure off myself of having an upload day because I really want to put out videos that I'm proud of, that I was inspired to do, that I think is good content. It's good, useful content that is the most useful to you guys, instead of just putting up videos that are filler videos in order to meet that Wednesday, Friday mark. There may be 2 videos a week sometimes, maybe there'll be 3 videos in a week. Who knows? The possibilities are endless, but I am committing to 1 video a week, and it could be any day of the week. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and you hit that notification bell so that when I do upload, you are notified every time I upload. Also, if you're not already, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll leave that link down below. It's at Christina Sherilyn. Follow me over there so you can stay up to date with me throughout the week, and I usually let you guys know over there in advance when I'm going to be posting a video. So if you're not already, go ahead and follow me over there. So let's end this video on a bright note. Let's talk about future goals. What are my goals for the foreseeable future? My first goal is to really amp up my reselling business, really hone in and focus on that and see what things I can do to really grow. I feel like I've gotten a little stagnant, and when you first start reselling, you're growing, and then no one tells you that you get to a point where you just don't grow anymore. Like I feel like I've plateaued, so I really just want to kick it into full gear and just really grow my business, whatever that means. I'm not really sure what that means right now, but I'm figuring it out. Goal number 2 is to figure out where I want to be, where I want to live. Like I said, just living here is just a temporary thing, so the possibilities are literally endless for where I want to be. I have a couple places in mind, but I haven't really decided if that's what I really want, and who knows, I may end up staying here, but within the year I want to figure out where it is that I'm gonna go next. And a third goal of mine is balance. I need balance. I need balance of my mental health, my business, my life in general, friendships. Obviously I will end up dating again, so I can't even think about having time for that at all right now. But eventually it will happen, so that'll have to be thrown in. But I just want to get a good work-life balance. If you guys have any tips for work-life balance, please leave that down below. Any tips and tricks that you guys have for just managing everything, those would be greatly appreciated, because I'm just fumbling around in the dark at this point. I think I'm doing the right thing, but also I'm really tired, so maybe I'm not doing it correctly. There's not really a right way, but you guys know what I mean. I feel like a lost lamb sometimes. So any tips and tricks you guys may have for me, please leave them down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I'm gonna stop rambling now because Lord only knows how long this video is. I hope you guys enjoyed this little sit down chit chat with me. Let me know down in the comments below what your goals are for the rest of the year. How are you amping up your reselling business? Are you amping up your reselling business, or are you jumping ship and going on to new adventures? Let me know that down below, because I've seen a lot of people in the reseller community especially branch out into other avenues, and they're on new journeys, and it's actually really exciting and inspiring to see. So let's chit chat about whatever you want to chit chat about down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for being here as always, and for watching. If you like this video, please be sure and give it a thumbs up on your way out. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload. And I will see you guys next week whenever I see you. All right, bye.